as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go.
Go hard.
As they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears.
Hey, go hard. Can y'all hear me? Where the hell he go?
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Let's go.
Well, conventional football.
Boy, look at this goddamn Walter Payton.
If you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green
Walter motherfucking Payton.
Red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. 10.
They're not even trying to do anything.
Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there.
Let's go.
89 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
First play. One play touchdown. And go hard, boy.
To have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
Let's go.
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all
and then on defense? Oh, shit. That shit illegal.
You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt.
I got Lawrence Taylor, Khalil Mack, and motherfucking Roquan Smith with X Factor. That shit crazy. This is one league I'm in.
Will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8.
Oh, this shit bullshit.
Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw
Fucking threw the goddamn ball. I wasn't even throwing the goddamn ball.
Away from the memory banks, and let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. And lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Bears' 27-yard line.
On play action, Rodgers. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes.
Touchdown, Packers! Davante Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good to make it 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Wait the fuck a minute. Why the fuck is this garbage ass nigga in there at quarterback? Hell no. I'm tripping. The fuck? Let's go, nigga. I'm wondering, like, what the fuck is going on?
It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. Back to throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll roll it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw. He's going to take off with it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Just take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, it's Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's got Adams on the hookup. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he's
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
59, mark, 59, mark, check, 59. Hey, tight.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about that? They weathered the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. So in their territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Down left side on this pass.
Oh, my God.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whatever the screen guy is. And of course, blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. I feel like the offensive coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He's brought down.
There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to make it the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Rolling to his right. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears get a bit closer. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
50-yard line.
Switch. Get 300. Get 300.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw.
Oh!
Traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked on by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And his guys has got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Taken from about the 12. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers over the middle. That's caught by Adams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
49-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
At the 33-yard line.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again, Rodgers. Steps away to his left, and it's incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that,
incomplete.
Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now it's starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself, How much of that is him?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Steps away. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. He's going to look deep down the field. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll go again to Jones. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Mike's 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Mike 5'9". Mike 5'9".
To throw, it's Rodgers. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. On the delay, Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and
again, it's Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go with Jones. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.